Mazel Tov, amazing. The girls did the Ashrei earlier in the morning, and they did it so beautifully that I asked them to do it later on again after the Torah reading. They were amazing. با اجازه بزرگان خانواده بطمیسوا از من خواستن که دبارتورای امروز رو به انگلیسی بگم، به خاطر که مهمون انگلیسی داریم و جوانها زیاد داریم. من یه مقدار به انگلیسی صحبت میکنم، بعد اگر فرصتی شد یه مقدارم به فارسی انشالله که میلا میکنیم. So today is the 9th of Av. Today is the 9th of Av, and we would like to connect to the positive aspect of the 9th of Av, which is, according to Ari Agadosh, it's the birthday of Mashiach. And the fact that it's fallen on a Shabbat, it nullifies all the negative aspect of the 9th of Av, and we're only connecting to the birth, to the resurrection of Mashiach ben David, which is Shalom, which is peace for the whole world. The section that is always read, right before 9th of Av, or the Shabbat of the 9th of Av, is Devarim, the last book of the Sefer Torah. We know that Sefer Torah has 5 books, and Devarim is the last book, and it always starts right on 9th of Av. What is the significance of Devarim? They refer to this book as book of Moshe Rabbeinu, the book of Moses. It seems, on a literal meaning, on the surface, it seems that Moshe Rabbeinu is repeating everything that he had taught us, went through during the 40 years that we were with him in the desert. There is only 38 days left of the life of Moshe Rabbeinu, and he starts talking to Bnei Israel, he starts talking to us. And this book, Devarim, the Midrash says that Moshe Rabbeinu wrote this on his behalf. As we know, Moshe Rabbeinu wrote the whole Torah. But apparently, on some aspect, it seems that he wrote this section all by himself. What does it mean? Why did Moshe Rabbeinu decided to add something to the Torah? And the last Shabbats of the previous year, we talked about the significance of this book. The number of the letters that are in this book, and that it opens the gates, to so many gates that there is between us and the life force of God. I have to share something with you, a little bit technical, Kabbalistic, but if we learn it, we totally understand what this Shabbat is all about. There is a concept in Kabbalah called Ibur. Ibur means when a great soul, when a Sadiq, when a righteous person comes and helps us, joins us in our body and help us to achieve what we need to achieve. Every Shabbat, we know that the soul of righteous people come on and join us. The fact that we eat certain food, the fact that we do certain things during Shabbat is because we want to host those righteous souls that they probably have left this world, but we want to invite them to come into us, to stay with us, to be with us. When we recite the songs, the Shirah of the angels, we invite all the angels to come in and join with us. So Ibur is a concept that we learn in Kabbalah, and we ask for these souls, these energy forces, to come and join us. From here on until Rosh Hashanah, where we read this book of Devarim, which is the book of Moshe Rabbeinu, we are actually drawing down the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu into every one of us. We become ibur. We become ibur with the energy force of Moshe Rabbeinu. Every one of us, this Shabbat, as we start reading the book of Devarim, we inherit the aspect of soul of Moshe Rabbeinu to come and join us. Moshe represents so many energies, so many forces that we all need to succeed in this world. His name has 3 letters: Moshe, Mim, Shin, Hey. We see that if you change the word, it becomes Hashem. If you change it again in a different form, it becomes Mahash, the energy force of healing. So the name Moshe, the soul of the Moshe, is a soul, is an energy force that connected to the realm that we call it the word of Atzilut, the word of Chokhmah. The word of Atzilut, the word of Chokhmah. There are 5 olams, 5 words. And the highest word is Olam Atzilut. We ourselves, by ourselves, we live in the world of Asiyah. We live in the world of Malchut. We live in the world of physicality. We live in the world of limitation. We see our blessing, but we see it in a limited vision. This is Shabbat Chazon. As Kevon explains, it's a Shabbat of vision. It's a Shabbat of seeing, receiving. What are we going to receive? We want to receive the consciousness, the energy force that Moshe Rabbeinu represented in this world. The word of Atzilut. The word that there is no limitation of time and space. The word that is beyond everything that this physical, limited reality brings for us. It's amazing, in this parasha, Moshe Rabbeinu starts with blessing us. Moshe Rabbeinu gives us 2 blessings. One of his blessings is, he says, may Hashem give you 1,000 more of your blessing that you deserve. 1,000 more. What is this numerical value of 1,000? What is Moshe talking about? He could have said, Hashem gives you 1,000,000 more, 100 more. Why does he say 1,000 more? What is the significance of the numerical value of 1,000? And we know if you study Kabbalah, the word of Atzilut represents thousands. The world that we live in is at the bottom of this triangle. There is a triangle that starts with Chokhmah and Bina and comes all the way down to Malchut, where we are. The world of focus. The world that we get lost into the reality. The world that limitation doesn't let us see the blessing in our life. The world that we get confused because it's concealed. But the word of Atzilut, it's the word of vision. It's the word that you see all the blessing in your life. Moshe Rabbeinu gives every one of us this Shabbat the power to see the totality of the light force of God, to see the totality of our potential, and to see the totality of the blessing that is always 1,000 more than what we experience with our limited senses. We can look at the 9 of Av 2 ways. In one way, in the Malchut way, in the world of Asiyah, in this world that we live, we can look at it as a day of destruction, as a day of negative forces. And we may fear, we may go through fear and uncertainty. And some people, when they fast, they think we are fasting because we lost Bet HaMikdash as Vishalom. But according to Kabbalah, we never lost Bet HaMikdash. Bet HaMikdash, according to the eyes of Moshe Rabbeinu, to the eyes of all Kabbalists, it's here. Bet HaMikdash is here. Every time we pray to Bet HaMikdash. When we do the Lahash, when we do the Amidah, we say we are in Bet HaMikdash. The picture is there. Why don't we see the Bet HaMikdash in physical world? Because we concentrate on the physical reality in the world of Asiyah. This Shabbat is a very, very special and a powerful Shabbat. It's the Shabbat that we inherit the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu. We connect to the awesome power of the word of Atzilut. I keep repeating this because my master, Rabbi Berg, says, repeat it. Repeat the phrase. Repeat the olamot. Because every one of us, if we even don't understand it in the physical aspect of our physical being, we understand it in the realm of spirit and soul. Now, when you leave this synagogue this morning, you're going to leave with the ibur of Moshe Rabbeinu today. Part of him will join you, every one of us. Every one of us will carry an aspect of Moshe Rabbeinu. All of us, with no exception. When you read the Torah, when Rabbi Mordechai would start reciting the Devarim and the blessing of the Moshe Rabbeinu, every one of us, the soul of Moshe Rabbeinu will come and become impregnated. It will become ibur, it will be part of you. And you know how long he's going to stay with you? You know how long you're going to keep Moshe Rabbeinu part of your consciousness and part of your being? As long as you stay proactive. As long as you don't get mad. As long as you don't get angry. As long as you stay loving, selfless, humble like Moshe Rabbeinu, giving like Moshe Rabbeinu, the compassion that Moshe Rabbeinu has, the love that Moshe Rabbeinu had for everybody. Nobody got more abused than Moshe Rabbeinu from us. Nobody got it more than Moshe Rabbeinu. But he never gave up on us. Never, ever he gave up on us. He wanted to come to Israel because of us. He wanted to accompany us in the land of Israel because of us. If he got angry because of us. So as long as we behave like Moshe Rabbeinu, because that part of him is going to be infused in your soul, is going to be with you from this morning until Rosh Hashanah, is going to stay with us. As long as I don't get angry, as long as I don't get selfish, as long as I don't behave reactively, as long as I stay compassionate, understanding, having absolute unconditional love, and caring and loving. B'ezrat Hashem, b'zuchut Moshe Rabbeinu, b'zuchut Mashiach, which is his birthday today, we can connect to the ultimate level of energy that he represents. And today we had 2 bat mitzvah, twins. I am so amazed. They read the Ashrei earlier this morning. It was unbelievable. I asked them to recite it again later on so everybody can connect to it. Because Ashrei is a tefillah that is based on the Hebrew alphabet. It will bring order into our consciousness. So they will recite it again after the Torah is at Hashem. But we have this zuchut. The zuchut of night of Av, falling on Shabbat. The zuchut of the impregnated, the ibur of Moshe Rabbeinu. B'ezrat Hashem, we're going to grasp this energy. We're going to carry it with ourselves until the end of time. Amen.